At the moment, there are 2 million people out of jobs in the UK. Mr. Sharma, is that more than 2 million people? Is that a target sort of, where are all of these new jobs going to come from to achieve full employment?
Can I just say that we, the two parties, the Liberal Democrats and Conservatives, came together to fix the mess left by the last Labour government. We had inherited a record budget deficit and we had Labour's Great Recession. We're coming out of that. We're seeing growth accelerating in the UK. And as a result of the policies that the coalition government's put in place, we've got 1.6 million extra jobs in the UK. And of course we need to be doing more and we need to get more people in employment, but the reality is that employment levels now are significantly higher than they were at the time of the last election, and I hope that's something that
2 million more jobs? Where are these jobs going to come from?
I hope that's something that Seema will applaud. And at the end of the day, when you're talking about full employment, what we're talking about is making sure that we have the highest rate of employment in any of the developed economies. And at the end of the day, what we want and what's happening is for Britain to be the best place to create a job, the best place to hang on to a job, and the best place to get another job and help to get another job if you lose your job.
But where are all of these new jobs going to come from? And is there a time target for all of these new jobs?
I've just said to you, there are 1.6 million extra jobs that are being created in the private sector over the last few years that we've been in government, and that is accelerating. I spend a lot of time talking to businesses in my constituency, and actually what you will find, there are new jobs being created. I have companies, international companies like Huawei, which just opened their headquarters a few months ago in my constituency, hundreds of new jobs coming in. You've got small businesses creating jobs. This is about putting in place the policies to make sure you don't wave a magic wand. We work really hard, and George Osborne worked incredibly hard over 4 years with the Treasury team and other ministers to make sure that we have these policies, and now it's coming to fruition.
Right. Lord Dholakia, do you buy that? I mean, is that an achievable target?
Of course
so many jobs?
Of course it is, because when he said we created 1.6 million jobs under this coalition, that's absolutely true. The Labour Party, every time they have been in power, they have effectively found themselves creating more unemployment than when the time they got into it. That was the factual information.
Seema, respond to that. Is that how do you respond?
No, I don't think that's true. I mean, I think if you look at economic cycles, there will be rises and falls in unemployment. I think what Alok missed from his description is the fact that we were coming out of recession in 2010, and he knows that as well. And then we went into double dip recession. There was real concern about a triple dip as well. So I think Alok needs to be clear about what he wants to say. So what is really significant also has been the rise in youth unemployment. So we remain concerned. Youth unemployment is over 900,000. But can I also just make this point that long-term youth unemployment has doubled since the election, and every time this is raised in Parliament, you do not get a Conservative Party that responds with any sense of responsibility. You get, and I think on that, the goal of full employment is of course laudable, and Labour has talked about this before. I think it should be a national mission, but I think what we need to do is have some honesty in the debate, not just about jobs per se, but also about underemployment. Can I just finish this last one as well? 1.4 million people who are working part-time that want to work full-time, and also how much people are getting. So since Labour brought in the national minimum wage, that's made a huge difference to people's incomes. But we have to acknowledge this reality as well, that wages are worth less than they were in 2010.